Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Beyond the Ball podcast. It's your host Ian. Joining me as always is Jay White. Justin, how's it going?
No,
You
I'm not a happy camper. I am not a happy
uh
camper right now. Last night pissed me off. I'm getting right into it. This reffing situation in this World Cup needs to be investigated. I don't care what you say. Bullshit. Not a red card. Messi should have had a red card. There should have been a red card when we played Australia. Harry Kane should have had a PK yesterday. This reffing shit is atrocious.
Yeah, the refereeing situation. Well, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. We got
I don't care how
Thursday
you're doing right now because
heading
I'm
into a nice holiday weekend, few matches on the night. Kiss the badge. It's coming home. England with the win, the US a great win. I think I'm going to get back onto the USA train. I was listening to Country Roads this morning on my walk. Um,
dude, how great is that at the end of the
Hell of a
game?
scene. Hell of
I
a
love
scene
it.
there with the United States winning last night. Hell of a scene too with England. I mean, coming back from down, Harry Kane really a banger. The singing of Wonderwall after the match. What Norway's doing their fans after the matches. You got to love what's going on with the World Cup. But yes, you are right. You got to hate what's going on with the refereeing situation. I think you're absolutely right. I think that Balogun red card, I mean, he wasn't even looking at the guy. Total accident.
Yeah,
And if
exactly.
that's going to be a red card, to your point, that Messi card, it should have been a red card. Harry Kane was tripped over in the box, no call. So these referees, who are apparently supposed to be the best in the world, look far from the best in the world, I think,
Yeah,
so
a bunch
far.
of Helen Kellers out there on the field and up in the VAR room.
Yeah, well, the VAR booth is not helped much either, and it's yeah, I mean, it's almost like every single decision, like for like I don't know, they're looking at all, they're getting the penalties wrong, and then they're even getting the offsides wrong, and they're putting all the offsides under a microscope.
Everything's wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't understand it. Aren't like these are supposed to be the best referees, but I think if you brought in, I mean, we have some bias because we're Premier League fans, but I think if you brought in the Premier League refereeing crew, I think it's a lot better.
Yeah. I just don't think it's,
Maybe it's because these crews don't work together, right? So they're like, "Oh, I don't believe you. I don't trust you." Blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Could be some of that. Who
to
knows?
me, it's just more, it's like we don't have to go much more into it. It's not the ref, it is the refing on the field, but it's more the VAR room than the refing on the field because the VAR room sees everything.
Yeah, they do.
And it's like they're not even like some of these calls that, again, like that we'll use that Harry Kane one as an example. That didn't really go to the VAR
No,
room.
he never even went
It
to
was
the.
it was cleared in like 15 seconds.
Yeah, he was like kicked in the box. Like that made no
Yeah,
sense to me. No sense to me at
but
all.
yeah,
But
we can move on to that. I just had to get my blood pressure pumping out here, 100 degrees out here. I'm steaming.
it is steaming. It's steaming Willie beaming, which is why like I had to turn some lights on because I have all of the blinds drawn. It's like I'm a vampire in here, but it's so fucking hot out. It's like 115 degrees in the heat. But so
Yeah,
stay cool out there, folks. But we got a good episode ahead for you. We're gonna recap the matches so far in the World Cup. I believe Justin, you did the count before. It was 11. We'll
of
get
the knockout
into
games.
yeah.
Yep.
We're not gonna talk round to 16 just yet. Um, because they'll be coming up, and then we'll dive into them next week. And then we're going to go over the Premier League transfer news that's been happening this summer. There has been some movement, a lot of movement with the Spurs just bringing in Tenali. Pretty big deal for the Spurs. So we'll get into that. And then we're introducing a new segment this week that we're going to be doing each week. It's called the Blues Corner, where Justin and I share one, we'll try to keep it to one, of our opinions on the Chelsea Football Club at the moment. Could be anything. Could be jersey sponsor, could be fan situation, could be players, could be anything, right? So we're going to add an installment of the Blues Corner because I realized I talk about Chelsea in every podcast. And I do truly love Chelsea. I have an addiction. I have a problem. I don't know. There's something fucking wrong with me. So I do want to talk more about them. So we're going to have the Blues Corner and we're going to go from there. We're going to rock and roll. All right. Moving ahead. Justin, you ready to go?
Let's do it.
All right, let's get into these recaps of the World Cup so far. We're going to start with Sunday, June 28th. We had South Africa, Canada, and this World Cup got off to, I think we kind of called it Sunday morning, honestly, that this was going to be a tightly contested matchup. It was pretty, it was tight just the whole time. As a neutral, you could kind of say it was boring. It did look like Canada had more, I would say, positive momentum, less of total possession, but more total shots, more touches in the opposition box. And then they were finally able to get that breakthrough in the second minute of extra time in the 90th minute. Um, but yeah, otherwise, it was just a 1-0 match. Canada will make it through. This is the farthest, I believe, that
It
they've
is.
ever gotten, yes, in their illustrious career. So we got that for our friends up in Canada. They will be playing Morocco on the 4th of July.
No, yeah. Kind of going off what you kind of said is again, Canada didn't look the greatest. They didn't dominate, but again, football is just about getting that one goal, and they fought really to the end. They got that late goal, nice shot from outside the 18. And I
Mm-hmm.
thought
It was a
throughout the
really good goal.
game, again, Jesse March does a great job with that team. He really does. And you can
Hmm.
show the passion he has for that team and the passion that the players have for him as a coach. But I think there could be peaking at the right time a little bit here.
Yeah.
But I do also think the competition that they've played as well hasn't been that strong for them. I feel like that hardest game they played was that Switzerland game for the group.
Hmm. No, I
But
agree. I agree.
I think Morocco will be a very, very tough test for them. And
Rocco's gonna whoop their ass.
I don't think I don't think home field here.
No.
I don't even know if they're actually this game is in Canada. We actually don't have to go into that. I don't know, but they'll have a real test, so we'll really see what they're made of next game.
Yeah, I agree. Like we said, they do have Morocco coming up. So good luck to them. The first match that we had on Monday was Brazil versus Japan, and this was, I think, a bit of a treat. Brazil winning this one 2-1. Japan was up the entire match, an early Sano goal in the 29th minute. Then you had a Casemiro late header in the 56th. Then a Martinelli real late goal in 5+ minutes of the 90. And this was, I think, so far, I mean, they've all been great matches in this round of 32. This one, I think, was excellent. I think you saw a lot of Japan's, what they tried to do, at least counterattack on display, but shouts to Brazil. They really they looked really good in the second half. They went into halftime and they automatically started dominating. If you look at the, kind of the momentum chart, it really Japan didn't do much in the second half. First half, I guess you can almost say maybe second half, the second portion of the first half was Japan's, is when they really scored that goal and they had a little bit more momentum, a little more possession. But the second half, I think, was all Brazil.
No, yeah, I'm sad my dark horse team is out. But
Fuck your dark
yeah,
horse top 10 bullshit.
yeah, to me, it was kind of like you said, it was kind of a tale of two halves. I thought Japan was the better team in the first half, and I think it really did frustrate Brazil on the attacking side of football. Then obviously they got that great goal from Japan, took on a couple people, just drove down the middle of the field and had that nice shot outside the 18. But like you said, with the experience and composure Brazil has, they're used to playing in games like this with pressure. And once you felt them get that first goal, like you said from Casemiro on the header, you knew eventually that second goal was going to come because they basically dominated that entire second half.
Yeah, interesting lineup, I think, for Brazil. No, no, not that they didn't have a true striker, but you would think against a Japan side, maybe get some size up front, like an Igor Thiago. It probably would even have been a good match for Yao Pedro. Somebody could head the ball. I think when I look at Brazil, they're missing that guy that could finish it in the box. Like I don't know why Igor Thiago isn't playing. I don't know if he's got an injury, if he had too many cards, but
I think he just looked bad that first game that he played for them. And maybe that was just kind of a,
I think my only thing with Brazil is they just don't, they have all the same type of player if they're not
yeah,
starting a
I get what
striker
you're
like that,
saying.
right? You have four players who are kind of like Vinny. They're shifty with the ball. They want to drop into midfield, receive the ball a little deeper, and then make an off the ball run. You can't feed him in the box like a Jokeres or like a Kane, and he can just kind of, you know, out strength somebody near the front post, a true striker. But it's going to be interesting to see, but I do like how Brazil played in the second half. They're playing Norway on the 5th of July.
Uh,
That's going to be a great match.
yeah, and I'm not fully sold on Brazil. I've been saying this again. It's just to me, it's too inconsistent. Like you said, bad first half, good second half, and I feel like that's been a lot of their games this tournament so far. And again, the key will go in: can you stop Holland?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's going to be interesting, and I think one of the side matchups on that. We'll digest the round of 16 matches so far that have been announced. But that's going to be a really interesting matchup, that Gabriel versus Holland matchup at the back, because that's always a fun one with Arsenal versus City. So that we can dive into that one a little bit too. Next match we had, and this was a shocker, I think, on everybody's card here. Germany, Paraguay. Germany won, Paraguay won, but Paraguay winning in penalties. They'll advance penalties 4-3. They had an Enciso goal for Paraguay in the 42nd minute, a Havertz goal in the 54th. And I don't know, man. It just, Germany had all the ball, had all the momentum, 21 shots, 43 touches in the opposition's box. Just couldn't get that last finish. And then in the penalty shootout, that was crazy as well. I mean, they went down. What was it?
They were down. I think they went down 3-1. It was like three. It was 3-1, and then Paraguay had a chance to win it. They missed, and then Germany made it. Then they had another chance, and they
Yeah.
missed. And then Jonathan Tah obviously stepped up and sent that ball into outer space. And then Paraguay sent Manuel Neuer the other way, and that was it.
Yeah, man, I honestly can't believe that. I mean, shouts to Paraguay. After that game against the United States, I didn't think they were going to do much, but I'm shocked.
Yeah, I do need to send. We had our old fellow, well, I guess our old guest, Merrick, reach out and said I need to apologize for picking Germany as a contender, as Ian and Merrick did pick them as contenders, and we actually do have a video of that coming out around 7 o'clock. So you get to hear Merrick say about how they are pretenders, and yeah, I guess we can say they are big pretenders here. To
Yeah,
me,
man.
it was
Shocking.
just looking at this Germany team. Obviously, this is one of the biggest upsets they said in World Cup history. I think it was like one of the top four. But to me, I look at this Germany team and like there's no experienced leadership for me on this team. When I look at it, who's probably your biggest leader? Kimmich, and Kimmich isn't super old. He's 31, not super old. And then you had probably who's the next oldest? Havertz and probably Rudiger. I just looked at that team. There was no like leader on that for me to step up when it mattered, settle down.
Yeah. I think you hit it on the head there. There was nobody to step up. There wasn't a Thomas Muller or another German player like that who can, kind of tell the team, "Hey, let's get it all together. This is what we got to do." Because right, like player wise, they have the better talent than Paraguay.
Yes.
Like there was nothing, nothing you could say there will convince me otherwise. They had the better talent, but it just like you said, looked like a bunch of guys who were kind of playing for themselves, maybe a bit. There wasn't that leadership to that know all, that I've been there. This is how we kind of get our heads out of our arse and turn it around. This is how we show, who we are.
Should that
Um,
Jonathan Toggle count it? The header?
yes,
Yeah.
I don't think it even should have gone that far. I think
Yeah.
that was a pretty clear goal. I think that's another misuse of VAR, but just added. I think almost every one of these games, almost it seems like there's been a misuse of VAR or a shitty
Inconsistent.
use of
Yeah.
VAR. As far as that Germany match, I was going to say something else about it. Oh, what I was going to say about the Germany match is the penalty kick. I mean, it even comes to that when Kimmich was asking the squad
Yes.
who wants
Saw
to
that.
take this sixth penalty, and nobody wanted to step up and
And
take it.
there's your experience
And
and
there's your lack of experience right there, right? When nobody wants to step up in the World Cup and take a penalty kick, that's the type of stuff that dreams are made of, right? Like kids back home are clawing at the bit to take that PK. You may never get that opportunity in the rest of your life. So, yeah, disappointing in Germany there. Really disappointing.
it is. But good luck to Paraguay. We probably gotta go play France.
Honestly, though, with the heater they're on, who knows?
Yeah, you never
Well,
know, but
actually, they'll play on the 4th of
right.
July, but I don't know. France is on a fucking heater as well. We'll get to them soon. The other banger we had on the 29th was Netherlands versus Morocco, another match that ended up at a draw after the added extra time, going into penalties, where Morocco advances 3-2. We had a Netherlands goal in the 72nd minute by Cody Gakpo and a 90th minute plus one by Isla Diop. Um, yeah, another really good match here. Morocco actually, I think, owned possession 70% to 30% of Netherlands. More shots on goal, more touches in the opposition box. Otherwise, I think momentum wise, Netherlands had their flashes, but honestly, it looked like Morocco had most of the momentum too. So Morocco, I think, deserved to move on. I think they were the better squad on the night. What are your thoughts?
No, yeah, I think Morocco, their game plan was better than the Netherlands, co
Hmm.
coaching wise. Again, I thought Netherlands, to me, I thought they sat back a little bit too much and gave respect to this Morocco attack. And we know how Morocco likes to play. They like to get in those wide areas, get the ball in, get Hakimi all around the field. But again, I guess you can say it worked for 90 minutes because they did score in the 91st minute, but it's another shocking exit for Netherlands. It's unfortunate they had to play a European giant like Morocco this late.
Early, yeah.
You do gotta feel happy for
Tough one.
Gakpo scoring that goal after his kid passed away. So good for him. It was really nice to see all the players come on the field and just give him a sigh of relief. Can't imagine what it's playing like playing a game like that after 2 days after the death of your child. But yeah, this Morocco team's a real threat.
They
They're
are.
they're good, and even though those PKs were bad. Those were some bad
Some bad
PKs
ones.
there. Hey, and there's another story that we were just talking about Germany, how Van Dijk didn't want to step up and take one. When I've seen
Yeah,
him
I'm fine with that.
I've seen him step up in Liverpool and take him plenty of times, but supposedly he didn't want the blame or something. There was a whole thing going around, but
Yeah, I could see that.
and then Netherlands coach just resigned as well. I don't know if you saw that.
Well, you said seven of the coaches resigned, right?
Yeah,
Seven
there's
of the
like
48 that headed into the World Cup.
seven different coaches. Yeah, either resigned or got sacked.
It's a lot. I mean, this Moroccan team, they rely so much on the Hakimi coming up from the right,
Hmm.
Masraoui coming up from the left.
He,
They really invert their backs really well. And it's that they're so solid at the back. Bono's a
yeah.
very solid goaltender as well. It's going to be interesting to see how far they can make it. I would like to see Brahim Diaz get a little more active. Again, substituted out of the 79th minute. He hasn't really shown up this World Cup. That's a player that can really add a lot of scoring for them. He's a Real Madrid guy, so I'd like to see him step up a little more than he has. But yeah, no, otherwise, I definitely think this is a team that they're a threat for sure. And
Oh
they got
yeah.
Canada next round. So
Yeah. Tough test
no,
for
I don't think it
for
is.
I was saying tough test for Canada. That's what I was getting
Oh,
at.
yeah, fair enough. Moving on, we got Tuesday's matches. Norway, Ivory Coast. Norway moving on 2-1. A Nusa goal in the 39th minute, then an Ahmad goal in the 74th, and we were tied up heading for overtime until that dude that just scores comes in.
Holland.
Erling Haaland, man, he's something else. Just an absolute beast. An assist by Patrick Berg. Make it 2-1. Didn't even, it wasn't the cleanest of finishes, but the great line from the announcer was there are three things that are certain in life. Um, you got to pay your taxes, you're going to die, and Erling Haaland's going to score a goal. And this World Cup, between him and Mbappe, they've all shown up, and he's really shown up. But shouts to the Ivory Coast, they looked awesome. It was pretty even. That was a pretty even match. But you needed a game changer, and you had Haaland there. But shout outs to the Ivory Coast, really making it. This is the furthest they've ever made it as a squad, and I really think really showed up well for their fans, and they played excellent football. I mean, for the longest time, I really did think that they had a shot at winning this. I think after they scored the first goal and then it was 1-1, I was like, they might score the second in quick succession. So, yep.
No, no, I agree with you. I really thought that game could have went either way, but I think Norway just continuing this. I'm gonna say Cinderella run, just because they haven't been in the World Cup in over we know how many years, and
Right.
I think you were higher on them than I was going into the tournament, but they're finding ways to win. They're doing it very convincing as well. And then again, it's the same thing when you say Man City. Whenever you have Holland on your team, he's going to show up. He's going to score. Like you said, he almost miskicked that one.
Yeah.
He was running into the net, but
Well, I think that's the thing with all of these playmaking strikers that we've seen at the World Cup, and they've all shown up. So if they all like any one of them can just carry their teams by themselves in their own right. Mbappe, Holland, Kane. So I really do think the World Cup it's gonna be won by one of those teams. It's gonna be
I
won
did.
by a guy who could take like a Kane yesterday, take something out of nothing. You got four guys all over you and you blast it 110 miles an hour in the top of the net. Like Who else is doing that? Some of these guys get into those spots and they're the best at the world. You're not stopping them once they get there. It's like a Kobe, a LeBron, a Michael Jordan. Like you're not stopping them once they get to that spot.
And that's what I thought about Holland because Holland really wasn't a big factor in this game for most of it. He had like one or two maybe half chances on off
Yeah.
the off the crosses because
Didn't have a lot of touches. Yeah.
they weren't getting him the ball in the first half. The commentators were like, just put the ball into the box and let him get ahead to it because he was winning everything. But they just kind of got away from that. And he was you always have to be worried about where he is on the field and the pockets of space that he gets in. But
Hmm.
again, all it takes is a half a second you switch off and he's in the right spot and he'll make you pay. And that's what he
Yep.
did.
It's every time with him. Every time. Absolutely. Norway will advance and they will play Brazil on the
Should be a
5th.
good one.
Yeah, it should be a good one. Next match we had was France versus Sweden. I mean, we don't have to go too far into this one. This was just a fucking shellacking. Mbappe goals in the 45th and the 74th. Barcola sprinkled in one in the 53rd. France could have scored like 8 goals. Like they had 25 shots, 3.24 XG from the rip. Sweden was on the back foot. They never had a chance.
Now it,
France made that look like child's play.
I know.
They're making it look easy right now. They're making it look
It's
really
just
easy right now.
we've continued to say it's just so hard to stop that front forward because they're just
What?
coming at you constantly and it's you don't get a break to just
No.
relax for like 15 20 seconds and say, "Oh, we can just relax and keep the ball." Nope, because once they win it, it's either Dembele, Elise,
At least say
Mbappe,
Mbappe.
Barcola, Dewey.
Do it. Yeah, that's like
They're coming at you. It's like, "Oh, you take Barcola off and then you bring in Dewey." It's like, "Oh, that doesn't help it." And then you bring in Cherky when he gets his 5 or 10 minutes and the ball sticks to
yeah.
his foot. It's unstoppable, and they just look like they're gonna fly through this tournament, no problem. And like you said, they got Paraguay next, so but
Best
we
of luck
don't.
to Paraguay. Yeah, I mean Mbappe is on one of those heaters right now. And you know what's funny? It looks like the French team is like playing into the dictator thing with Mbappe. I don't know if you saw there was apparently a thing on the plane and they were playing around with it. Um,
Dude,
so
I've seen so many TikToks of he's the dictator, and Rudiger from Germany's like his captain or something like that. And he's like driving around in taxi. He's like, Spain is playing Austria today. We need to get that Lamine Yamal kid to stay home and do his homework so he can't beat me in the Golden Boot. It's some dumb shit, but it's funny.
yeah, they're apparently it's like rallying the team instead of separating it, which is interesting to see. And if that's
Hey, it
the
works
fact,
though. If
then
it
yeah,
works,
no, if it
let it
really
go.
is rallying the team, then that's it for everybody else. I had Mexico versus Ecuador on Tuesday night, and Mexico making it through. They have not allowed a goal yet this World Cup. Goals in the 22nd and 31st minute, and then pretty much just played keep away. Um, yeah, a little back
They
and forth second half with Ecuador, but pretty much kept keep away. There was a red card by Hincapié in the fifth minute of extra time after the 90. But yeah, Mexico made it look, whooped ass in the first half. Second half took the gas off the foot off the gas pedal.
they look. This was probably the best game I think they played the entire tournament, but I think they were dominant most of the game, very composed. I don't think Ecuador really caused them many problems. I would say maybe one or two half chances, but nothing on the back end that screamed we could concede.
Hmm.
But again, I think trying to repeat this, you see how crazy it is when they're playing. And this game was at Mexico City, like how crazy the atmosphere is.
Yeah.
It's so tough to play there. What's his name had another great game. Julian Quinones, the
Mhm.
Colombian who plays for Mexican. He's so enjoyable to watch, man. His first shot cutting inside, ripping it to left corner. He's been enjoyable to watch. One of their best players. But Ian, do England need to worry about Mexico playing in Mexico?
Mexico plays England next, and the next match we're going to talk about is England versus the DR Congo. We'll talk about it soon, but we could be in for some worry, but we're not there yet. We have a couple days to dissect. Well, literally a couple days. Mexico plays England on the 5th. Yesterday, though, we had England playing the DR Congo, and the Congo took the lead in the 7th minute. A goal by Sipanga, and DR Congo looked. They didn't. They didn't look better than England. I will say that. But England couldn't fucking score because they couldn't break down the low block again. But then we got a guy named Harry Kane. Goal in the 75th minute brings the crowd back alive. 86th minute, probably one of the top goals, top 10 goals of the World Cup. He's got three or four guys around him in the box, one, two touches, and just blasts it 110 miles an hour over the keeper's head to win it 2-1 for England. That all being said, DR Congo then almost scored later in the match. DR Congo looked very dangerous on the counterattack, and England had all the problems in the world breaking down that deep block. Everybody had four and fives on that squad out of tens, other than Harry Kane. Nobody showed up at all. Kane was the only player that showed up, and if Harry Kane didn't show up, England would be going home. That match was screaming for a player like Morgan Rogers. That match was screaming for a player like a Cole Palmer that could get the ball into the box, beat his defender, make something happen. But again, just it wasn't there for England. They're lucky they made it through. And I'm worried going into the Mexico match for sure. Again, I'll say it until the cows come home. Madueke can run past you, but there's no end product. Again, no end product. Subbed out in the 60th minute. Subbed out for who? Saka. He came in, nothing. Again, no end product.
He had a 7.7, Madueke.
I don't care if he had a 7.7. Yeah, probably because he dribbled by the
The
same
entire
guy.
the
That's the
entire
thing. He
the
just
entire
dribbled
team had
by
over a 7.
Sapango the whole match and then let them get into the right corner. And then he just did nothing with the ball. I
No,
know that
yeah.
Fatma probably gave him all sevens, but I
No,
don't
he did.
really,
The only
I
one
don't.
that was under 7 was Spence with a 6.9 and Pickford 5.3. Everyone else was either a 7 or
Yeah, but
higher.
like I don't agree with a 7.9 from Elliot Anderson. What did he contribute to that match? He passed the ball side to side. You know what I mean? Fat Mobs just like they calculate completed passes. So I don't always look at their numbers like as like truth. Because he didn't do anything. For 7.9, I feel like you got to do something. He didn't have an assist. Rashford didn't do anything either. Subbed off in the 60th minute.
Yeah, again, I think
I think they're in trouble. They don't have any playmakers.
again, it's your wingers. Your wingers are trash. They cross it into nobody, or they try to cross it, and
The crosses are so bad.
they hit the first man. And to me, this is going to be England. If Harry Kane sucks,
That's it.
you're it. And I will say Bellingham too. Bellingham's been your second best player.
Yeah,
Bellingham's been
he
very
showed up this World Cup
he's
for
been
sure.
very good this tournament.
But
But if
didn't show up. I'm sorry to cut you off in the attacking midfield position. Again, he was better coming from deep. That's where he excels when he can come from deep. Sorry, go on.
But no, if those two are off, it's just you're in trouble because nothing else is happening. You don't see it coming from anyone else on the field. And like you said, you took off the two wingers, you brought in two new wingers, and they were useless. You brought in Eze. I didn't even see Eze when he came in. That's how much of a ghost he was. But I'm gonna give DR Congo some credit too.
Oh,
As
100%.
as
They
as
played
much as
great.
much as they sat back, they didn't sit back the entire time. They were fine going at you guys, which
Yeah.
I don't think England for some reason was comfortable and expected it
No.
because the two wingers, I'm gonna butcher their names, Sapinga
Sapinga is the one.
and Mabuka.
Yeah.
The other one, I thought they were causing your outside backs of
Well, Sapinga, I
Nico.
texted you, and he's going to be
Yeah,
coming up on the Blues corner. We need him. He's fucking filthy.
I thought they caused Spence and O'Reilly a lot of problems, but good for that DR Congo team. Good run. I know England fans were shitting their pants for a while. Tuchel was getting pissed on the sidelines.
Well, here's another
He
problem I
was
got.
yelling at
Who did you just
Spence.
list? You just listed Jed Spence and you listed O'Reilly at right and left back. Neither of them should be starting right or left backs for England. O'Reilly's got no experience and plays better when he's floating in the midfield with Man City anyway. And Jed Spence, they almost got relegated. It's like neither of them should be playing right or left back. When you
That's
have
fair.
somebody like Trent Alexander, oh gosh, Trent Alexander Arnold at home, man, come on. Yeah, well, they made it through. They did. They made it through. They played Mexico Mets on the fifth, like I said, and I'm not overwhelmingly confident. Mexico hasn't allowed a goal, so we'll see if they could figure it out. I'm not overly confident. I still don't think they have the playmaker, but if Harry Kane shows up, there's always going to be a chance. Then we had Belgium, Senegal. This one settled in added extra time, and I feel so bad for Senegal. They took a 2-0 lead. Diarra and Ismail Sarr, 24th and 51st minute goals. And then Belgium really just kind of at the end out of nothing. Lukaku, a goal in the 86th minute. Dude just shows up in the World Cup, always shows up when he's on the pitch. Tillemans a goal in the 89th minute. We go to added extra time where he then converts a penalty in the fifth extra minute after the 120th. 125 minutes into the game, and he's just cool as ice, buries it top right corner. Senegal goes home. Belgium advance. I was pretty shocked once I saw the 2-0 score line for Senegal. I thought they were going to hold on. But yeah, man, Belgium, the old heads got it through.
I was just about to say that old heads finally showed up. Their offense finally exploded, even though it took to the 86th minute. And the worst part is, I left to go to the bar last night to get to the U.S. game, and I got on a train, and it was 86 minute when I left, and I was like, "Oh, this game's over." And I got off the train when I got service back. It's like, what the fuck just happened? It was 2-2, and then I see who scored, and then I got to the bar once, like literally a minute before that PK happened, and you got to feel bad for Senegal, like it sucks to be called on a penalty kick that late because if
Oh
you
yeah.
go another 2 minutes, you're going into a penalty shootout and you give yourself more of a chance. But unfortunately, that is the right call. It was a clear PK in my eyes. I don't know if you agree, but the Senegal team has showed up this tournament, and you'd have to say they were the better team against Belgium.
Yeah, I agree. I feel really bad for Senegal because I really like the way that Senegal played. Yeah, that
But
sucks, man.
I know I'm as a USA fan, I'm glad I'd rather would have played Belgium than Senegal because I do think Senegal is more dangerous, and obviously we're going to get into USA in about a second. But and again, that game going extra time with those older heads of Lukaku, Kevin De Bruyne, it's going to play a factor.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And Belgium is going to play in their next match the United States. So I know we're going to be talking about that very shortly. In the next match, we have, oh, there you go. USA versus Bosnia Herzegovina. USA 2, Bosnia nil. Goals by Balogun. Free kick goal by Tillemans in the 82nd. Balogun then a red in the 64th. Justin, I was tuned in, but I know these are your boys. Take it away.
No, yeah, again, it was another complete performance from the boys in red, white, and blue. Uh, again, just organized, comfortable, all around the field. I think we stopped Bosnia's strength, which was to get the ball out wide and get the ball into the box and get headers on it when the second balls. More of a stronger team in the air. But I think again, I got to give this guy credit. I think Tim Ream has been great back there for us. And offensively, I think we did struggle a little bit the first 15, 20 minutes. And then I think we started to play our game. Tyler Adams was great again. Weston McKennie's is the best football I've ever seen him play. He's definitely a
Yeah.
game change. He's a game changer for us right now. We scored 2 goals being offsides, great link up play and things like that. And then obviously we got that first goal from Balogun. Little lucky deflection, but we'll take it. And then you said you had that Tillman nasty free kick. Where I didn't think he was going to be able to get over that close on the 18. But again, I think two things. I think they played well, even playing down a man for 25, 30 minutes, because we knew that was going to be a little stressful. But I still think USA again sat good, sat back defensively, compact, were really good, and weren't afraid to still go forward and attack them with the numbers down. And then the biggest thing now is going into next stage against Belgium. Not having Balogun is going to hurt this team, and obviously we'll be able to talk about that more when we talk about predictions. But again, they've looked good again. They haven't looked bad at all so far.
Yeah, no, I think I agree. I think they looked really solid against that Bosnia team. I think the red card tossed them a bit, but shout out to them. Just really dug in deep, played great defense, and an incredible free kick. Incredible free kick when everyone knew he was going to take it. Malik Tillman, he needed to make it, and that was really what sealed the deal. Awesome to hear the country roads playing in the background too, and the dancing, and you could tell that Pochettino's really loving his time here. Like he was singing along. So shout out to the United States. Really good win. Didn't think
Take
they'd
me
make it this far.
home.
Okay. Cause maybe today, yeah, one match so far. We'll get through it quick because this was an ass whooping. Spain 3, Austria nil. Yeah. Orja Zabal. I can't get his name, man. 36 in the 89th minute, 2 goals. Pedro Porro popping up with a goal. But yeah, Spain, yeah, they probably could have had another 5 or 6. They had 23 shots, 51 touches in the opposition box, just really whooped up on Austria. I don't know how Austria made it through. There was definitely match fixing for them to get through, to be honest, with all that shit. But anyway, Spain makes it through and they'll play the winner of Portugal versus Croatia tonight. But really, any notes on this match from you, Jay?
No, I thought Cucurella was really good in this game. They got all three goals from that left hand side,
Yeah, he's leaving
and
us
then
too.
I do have to give. I know Austria lost, but they did a good job of keeping Lamine Yamal quiet. I know he got robbed from the keeper
Yeah,
one or two times, but they did a good job keeping him quiet. But again, there's so much talent on that Spain team, you can't keep them all quiet.
I do agree, and I think Lamine might be coming back a little bit of coming back from injury. Maybe he's not
Hmm.
at 100%, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bit of that going around as well. But I agree. I don't think they are. Yeah, anyway, never mind. I'm not getting into it. I was gonna say I was gonna get on my anti-Lamine Yamal rant, but we don't have time today. But that's going to conclude the recap so far. Like I said, we're recording at 6:18. Well, it's 6:18 right now on a Thursday, so we still got a few matches yet to go. But let's run through just real quick our predictions for these knockout round matches. 4th of July, Paraguay, France. I got France. Who you got?
France,
France. Cool. I don't think there's a lot of explanation needed. Same thing here, at least for me. Canada, Morocco. I got Morocco.
Morocco.
Yeah, I think Canada's run comes to an end. Um, these next two, we can try to keep it shorter, but don't have to get too in depth. Mexico versus England at the Azteca.
Mexico. Extra time.
England. I can't not see it. I can't see them losing to Mexico. I think the players and the talent that England has is better, and I just think it'll happen. It's just all my bias in me.
That's fair. Fair enough.
Brazil, Norway. This is like my worst nightmare because I have both of these teams in my bracket going pretty deep, and I have both
Nor
of them as like teams I want to see go deep. But
Norway.
yeah, man, give me Norway. Like fuck, give me it for the storyline and give me it for like Holland whooping up on Gabrielle and just blowing past them. Yeah, give me Norway. Would love
Yeah.
to see it. All right, you ready? USA, Belgium. Give me the US. Man, they're on a
You,
heater.
don't a-
Give me the US. This is the easiest run they could have had.
don't ask me a dumb question. USA.
All right. So that's what we got. Jay, anything else you want to talk about the World Cup before we move into these Premier League transfers?
Nope. Good with that. We got Portugal game coming up in 40 minutes, but again, good knockout games we've seen so far.
Excellent knockout matches. I agree. Premier League transfers, not all too much has happened so far this summer, but there has been some movement. Most notably, Tottenham. They've signed Mateus Fernandes from West Ham, 85 million, coming to terms with Tonali for about 100 million, and they did sign Paul Van Hecke from Brighton for 52 million. They also signed Andy Robertson before all of this for I think it was like around 10 million. So Tottenham have been really busy this summer, and they have that new head coach who's making all these movements, making all these moves. Very interesting, right? And you're seeing a new style of ownership from Tottenham, spending more money. What are your thoughts? It's very interesting that Tottenham's gone out this summer and spent all this money.
I kind of look at it two ways. I think you can kind of put Tottenham under look what Man City are doing, look what Arsenal are doing, look what Chelsea are doing. You can say Man U as well. They're spending big to get these players, and I think Tottenham really hasn't been a club like that that's recently has been paying big bucks for these players.
Right.
And I love the Tonali purchase. I think he'll be great in the middle. I think they overpaid for Fernandez.
Yes.
I think 85 million for him is a
Regulated 2 times in a row.
is a lot of money for a center mid from West Ham. And we'll obviously talk about another signing who broke the transfer window fee in a second. I think the transfer market is just so screwed up right now. But then I also look at him like, do these players actually want to play for Tottenham? Do they want to play for Tottenham? Is
No.
it is it just about the money,
Yes.
Or is it because they actually see something with this coach and they may see, I like to bring up that word project. They see a project that Tottenham may be building and understand, hey, they can compete. I don't know what their goals are going to be
I
for
think
this
it's a
year.
bit of a mix, right? I think it's a lot of De Zerbi. I think they do like De Zerbi. It's a good project, but I think a lot of it is the money because they can't afford to finish down there again. So
No,
they're
absolutely
gonna
not.
spend money, right? New, I mean, they don't have an executive chairman anymore. They just went with a non-executive chairman after getting rid of Daniel Levy. So things are totally different over there. They're gonna spend money because they have it. Why they didn't spend it in the past, everyone was like, what the fuck? Daniel Levy's just an idiot. And yeah, that's kind of it. Daniel Levy was very tight with the purse. So now they're opening up money and they have money to spend. So they're going to spend it. I think those signings are all going to help. But to your point, yeah, I think a lot of them are going for the money.
I Tottenham should be decent this year with the signings that they have made. Obviously, getting
We
Van
keep
de
saying
Heck
this though.
as a center back, then you get those two center mids who should go right into that lineup.
We
I
keep
still,
saying this though.
I know, I still think they are missing a number nine up top, which who knows what they're doing right now with De Zerbi with all these purchases they're making. They may go and shock everyone and go sign a number nine. We don't know,
I think they will.
but with what they're building right now, as a neutral fan, well, we actually don't like Tottenham, but
Yeah, we're not neutrals. We're Tottenham. We
as
fucking
everyone
hate
else
them.
is neutral fan stuff like that of like how it used to be just an easy game, just beat the shit out of them every time because they suck. I do like what they're doing, and we'll see how it builds up to obviously the Premier League season when it goes back up in about a month and a half.
Yeah. No, I agree. I can't wait for that to happen too. Chelsea has made a little bit of news. They sold obviously Cucurella, but not really a huge addition. Not like they went out in the market, but Giovanni Quenda from Sporting CP will be joining us, as will defender Marco Palestra from Atalanta. Not, I don't know too much about Palestra. I believe he's a younger player, but
He
Giovanni
is.
Quinn is a teenager from Sporting. He's 18. He played 25 matches last or 20 matches last season for Sporting, 2 goals, 5 assists. I think he's a player, another player that we can add on the wing. He's a right winger, right wing back. Let's see. I'd be interested to see how he is utilized, if they utilize him or if they just loan him out.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting too. And I'll get into
Or
more of
they could
that.
just loan him right out.
That, that is a big possibility knowing
Like it
us.
could just be he's 19. They could just auto loan him and just look to sell him next season. Like I don't know. Who knows? It depends what we end up playing formation wise. If it's a 3-5-2, I think he's got a better shot, but yeah. Let's see.
I do like the Palestra signing. I think 47 million is kind of a lot of money, I guess you can kind of say, but again, he fits more of that like youth recruitment for Chelsea. And
Played for
obviously,
Calgary, 21-year-old. He's a
yeah.
right back, 37 matches last season.
And if Gusto leaves, and who knows what they're going to be doing with Reece James? Well, is Reece James going to be healthy? Because he's already hurt, obviously, in the World Cup. And
Fuck him. I'm so sick of his shit.
if he is healthy, is he going to go into that center mid role,
Oh
which
gosh.
Xabi
Yeah.
Alonso has talked about? So is he going to come right in and fill that role? Because I'm looking outside of that. Our third option is Josh Opchachong, and I don't think, sorry if I butchered his name.
Champon.
Yeah, I don't think he's a natural right back. He's a natural center
No.
back, but there's potential here again. But is this potential going to be production, or is this going to be another? He looked good on Atlanta, and then we come to Chelsea, and he's just a flop.
Probably be a flop.
Probably.
Knowing the way we roll. Do you think we're gonna get Granit Xhaka over the line? I know the last podcast I was all glee about it, but seems like things are not gonna happen.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting take because supposedly they were saying that, well, Sunderland was saying that they weren't going to let him go for that cheap, or they didn't have any in regards of letting him go. And then I just saw
Right.
if he wants to go, they said they don't have a choice. Like
Oh yeah, the player has all the
I
control
think
at the end
it's
of the
that
day.
much in control. Like
Yeah.
he wants to get out there and he wants to play with Zabi.
Yeah, I think that's always been the case, though. I think a lot of these teams sometimes they're like, "Oh, we're your employers. We can." Like, no, motherfucker. He's got enough money where he's just not going to play. Like,
But
he's got enough money. Like, he doesn't need your contract this year. Like, he's just not going to show up. The fuck?
nah,
Yeah,
should be interesting with that one.
yeah. I would love him. We'll get into two more. Pedro Nkapie going to Arsenal from Bayer Leverkusen. Probably solid addition in the, I believe it's a right back, either a right back or a left back, but probably won't start, but probably some good depth for Arsenal as they're going to continue to try to chase the Champions League. Still continues to stay just out of their reach, which I enjoy. And then you had Nottingham Forest making a fucking ridiculous signing of Elliot and or Nottingham Forest making a ridiculous amount of
Broke
money
the
off
British
signing
transfer record,
Elliot Anderson, yeah, to Manchester City. What did he go for? It was like 125 million.
116 mil, but then with add-ons and everything, I think it was 155 or 145 or something
153 million USD,
million.
116 million of um euros. Yeah, that's
That
I
just
or
shows how
pounds. Yeah,
much
it's just
how the
fucking
transfer market,
stupid.
and he's a good player. But this is the thing. I don't think he's bad. And again,
He's not bad, but
it's hard
that
to
much fucking
compare him
money.
on both international club level because he did play on a Nottingham team that he was one of the stars with Morgan Gibbs White, who I also think is a player who should get out of there. But to pay him that much is crazy. And do I think Man City overpaid? Yes. Do they care? Probably not, because what Man City does is they don't buy him for now. They buy him for the next 5 years, and that
Hmm.
they build for the future because they're always gonna compete. And I've always said Man City build players. Kevin De Bruyne,
Yeah,
stud for them. Look at Rodri. He's
yeah.
been a stud, and it's not just right
Well, it
now.
wasn't
It's
City that built him; it was Pep.
Pep, yeah, but who knows
Key,
what?
it's key. That's key.
So we'll see. I think it's a great deal for Forest getting that money.
Yeah,
But
yeah. They
and
needed that
again,
money. They
I,
needed to
I
spend
do
it.
think it's get Elliot Anderson out of a
If
team that's
he's
probably
going for
gonna.
that much money, though, how much do you think Jude's going for, Bellingham?
I would tell you I'd go to Foot Mob and look at the transfer value of how much they are, but that's all bullshit now too.
Yeah,
How much would Jude be going for? 175, 180?
it's crazy.
I know.
Like this is also setting the precedent. If he's making that much, Morgan Rogers is now going to be like what, 85, 90?
Exactly.
Morgan Morgan Gibbs White, whenever he wants to leave, how much is he going to fucking want?
He's gonna want a lot too, yeah.
100 million? Bruno, God forbid. I mean, I know he's getting older, but like that's crazy. Cole Pond, like, oh man. Yeah, I don't know. It's this thing, like it's almost like Arsenal, hit gold with Declan Rice. They did, but spending 100 million plus pounds for that type of profile of player is just asinine. They don't. They're just what really good at moving the. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a really that deep lying pivot's a really important role, but that's a lot of money, man. Not my money, but hey, do what you got to
Let him
do.
do. Exactly. He'll
All right.
probably hurt us when we play him.
Yeah, probably. Jay, you ready? The first edition of the Blues Corner.
Let's do it. Up the Chelsea.
Up to Chelsea. What do you got as our first Blues Corner topic?
I won't lie, I felt like there was a lot I can bring up, and I feel like I don't want to like overdo it since we want to make this like a constant segment. So
Hmm.
mine's just gonna be kind of a simple one. Zabi Alonso expectations. Nothing super crazy. And I know I'm going to ask you these questions now and kind of hear your opinion from it as well. And it's definitely going to be different in the span of the next month as we see Chelsea go into preseason. We see Chelsea with new signings, who leaves the club and everything like that, which will switch things. Is top four good enough for him coming in for this club with everything going on right now?
Yes.
Is
He's
a
not
true
gonna they're not gonna win the Premier League this year. There's no
No,
shot.
I don't think they can compete for
They don't have the players.
no.
I think making top six would be remarkable given who they have right now on,
Yeah.
on the players, to be honest. Because I don't think it's the coaching. I think a lot of this comes down to the players, and especially if we're shipping them out left and right, our top players. We just lost Cucurella. Enzo's out next. Well, fuck. Those are two really good players, and all we got
Yeah.
to replace them right now are like Jarrell Hatto, and which is fine. I will take a Jarrell Hatto replacement. But if you're going to try to shove Romeo Lavia or Reece
Yeah,
James down my throat in that holding midfield position, I'm going to scream. This is not going to happen.
I agree. A lot of issues. Is a trophy required?
No,
No.
no,
Oh,
I don't think trophy is required. I just think sustainable improvement. I
oh,
think better style of play, not getting shut out every week, being in matches. I think the bar is in hell right now. So I think he's coming in at a pretty good spot. I
okay.
think us, at
Sorry.
least me as a fan, I think the bar is just pretty in hell.
Okay. So my last one is Champions League qualification.
Again, I don't think because I just don't think it's going to happen. I'm a realist. I don't think they have the squad in place right now to do that. Look who they have. Like we still got fucking Garnacho who could be starting. Like
I
we
know.
we really need a squad overhaul this summer.
That's why I said it's still kind of early to tell, and that's why I kind of wanted to
Yeah, I think you prefaced it well. Yeah.
start with this one because again, this could, I'm saying it could, hoping it changes
Oh yeah.
in a better way, but I just feel like from like my point of view as a Chelsea fan over the last 4 or 5 years that there's always that feeling in my heart that he can get sacked in 6 months just because of how shit our ownership is. And we've seen it constantly over, again, we've had 7 different managers in the past like 6 years, which is crazy. So that's the only thing that does scare me. Is again, we're Chelsea Football Club. We're supposed to be that club that teams are scared of. Not scared of us anymore.
Hmm.
And that's why I just think it's, if we're committing to a coach, fucking stay with it.
Yeah, I
We
agree. You have
can't
to
we
let it
can't
come through.
continue to do this recycle and this project and stuff like that because it's just we're not going anywhere. Whatever happens this season, it needs to be will be better next year and just stick with it
I agree.
unless we get relegated, and then it's a different story.
I don't think we'll get
I
relegated. I
know.
think we're my Chelsea corner is I think our next left winger is playing at this World Cup, and we should hit the transfer market and get him. It could be Sapanga, could be Marcus Rashford, who I think has played very well for, well, not very well for England, but I think he does fit what we're looking for. I think he gives us that dynamic ability on the left side as long as he has his head on right and wants to
Hmm.
play. Bro, I texted you last night about it. Hot take. Give me fucking Christian Pulisic the way he's playing right now.
I don't think he'd come back to Chelsea.
I don't think
I would love him back just because I loved
the
watching him
way
when he
he's fucking playing, he would be an excellent. I think our future left winger should be someone who's playing right now in the World Cup.
I wish it was Pulisic because he was, again, as a USA fan, see him in the Premier League, get to watch him every day. And he had a great season. He had a great 2 or 3 seasons when he was at Chelsea. I don't think he'll come. I think he's happy in Milan. The Rashford one, I'm hit or miss with, depending on the transfer value about how much we'd have to pay for him. But I do think,
Well, that doesn't matter. We're just gonna sell something like some hotel
yeah.
and we're gonna get out of it anyway. Don't worry about that.
Is there any other left wingers that you can think of on top of your mind right now? Or are those like the biggest three that stand out that you would be happy with at the moment?
No, I just had one at the tip of my tongue and I forgot him. Oh, Barcola. PSG
You've
want to get
you've
rid of
you
him.
you've always said
Well,
Barcola.
that 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 PSG want to get rid of him, but there's no room for him because
Yeah,
they're
he's not
bringing
gonna.
in what's his face, Diamande from the Ivory Coast.
Yeah, so
So
he's
if he
basically a
goes to
bench player.
PSG and then you got Vardascalia there already, and you have Doué
Hmm.
at a room, right? And Liverpool's already been in talks with Liverpool. Liverpool's already been in talks with Barcola. They do need that replacement for Mo Salah. Chelsea should throw their hat in the ring there. That would be a perfect addition on the left side.
No, we definitely do need a left winger.
We need a left wing. We need one. We don't have one.
No, we don't.
Well, we have bodies, but like I
Not
am probably just as good as those bodies. Like throw me on the pitch and I might be able like more of a distraction. I might be better for the fucking team.
no,
At least my jersey would sell. They could get behind me. They'd all be
no, yeah.
chanting for me. Wanka, wanka, wanka. Squad value. It's just team chemistry would be off the fucking charts if I was in that locker room.
No,
I
that's a
would
good.
whoop
That's
Cole Palmer's ass until he fucking got his head out of his arse. I'll tell you that.
He looked good today in the training. I don't know if you got to see the training video. He looked really good, man.
If you're trying to sell me on a training video, bud, that's
That's
how
what
far he's slipped. You're
That's what
trying to
England
sell
was.
me on a training
That's what
video.
England was missing. I was watching. It's like, oh God, England doesn't have this. That's what you're missing right now.
6:36 on July 2nd. You're trying to sell me on a Cole Palmer training video after he missed the World Cup. Yeah, that's going to get me going for the Chelsea season. Oh man, I mean maybe somebody at the in the Portugal match, but actually no, don't because I know Yao Felix is on that team.
I,
What do you think about
I
what do you think about what's his face?
Raphael,
Rafael
Raphael Leao.
Leao.
I've always said he was my Ballon d'Or uh, hot take when we had those in the I'm stuttering like crazy right now.
One
When
of
we
our
did,
earliest episodes?
yeah, when we did that,
Really?
yeah, because I
Did
thought he
I
was gonna.
say it was Elise?
I don't know. I just remember at the top of my head because you all looked
I might have said, wow, I
because
might have to go back now.
you all looked at me like I was crazy, but I don't. I just like him. He's got that like swag in him that he's just so like.
He also got sent off in a friendly.
Yeah, that guy deserved it. He's just so nonchalant. He's so nonchalant with the ball, and I think he's better on his club team than the national team. I wouldn't mind him, but I do agree with your overall take here regarding your first Blues corners. A left wing is one of the two positions that we need right away.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Let's do one more. Just quick one. Nico Jackson, you want him back? Yes or no? And does he start?
Ugh.
Yeah. That's kind of my thinking too. Like I
He's just
want him back, but
he's just
him and Page, but he gets more opportunities. That's the thing. He's getting those opportunities. He's getting shots, even if he's offside, and he links really well with Cole Palmer.
if we don't if we don't go out and get anyone, if there's no one in the market that we're gonna reach out and try to get,
Victor
then
Osimhen.
what?
Victor Osimhen.
Yeah, I would love him. That's not realistic though.
I've
But
been saying that for like 3 years. It's just
I know
never
it's never gonna happen.
gonna.
But if there's no one else out there, I think you take him. But he's so inconsistent for me. Like he can score two goals and then he
I
can
do
miss
think we need another striker.
he can
I
miss
do
three
think we do.
sitters on the 6 yard box.
What about like Romelu Lukaku, bringing him back? What do you think?
Nope, no thank you.
I mean,
Nope,
it's a finisher,
I don't care. I don't want his ass. He's too
100
old.
Premier League goals.
Nope, no thank you.
Awesome. All right, Justin. Well, that is it. Anything that you want to leave our listeners with this week?
Followers, make sure you stay inside.
Hot.
Get some AC. Have a great 4th of July weekend. We appreciate everything you guys have been doing lately. We've definitely seen an increase, especially on Instagram with our followers. So again, we appreciate that, and you guys enjoy the 4th of July weekend.
Yes, listeners, absolutely. Thank you as always from us over here at the Beyond the Ball podcast. If you want to hop on an episode, drop us a note, leave us a comment here on Spotify. As always, give us a 5-star review. And from over here at the Beyond the Ball podcast, until next time.